I'm doing a session for Maureen today. Maureen, thank you so much for allowing me a chance to support you with these goals. I really like them, and I can't wait to see what we discover here. Thank you for sharing with us on YouTube. So I'm going to read these goals out loud, and then we're just going to see what comes up, okay? So you say, I'm at a time where I am deciding whether to dive in deeper into a fun part of my life with the possibility of falling on my face, or not dive in and pull back. I'm looking for a life-changing reading from you. Okay. Life-changing it will be. What would Yoda say? Yoda would say, life-changing it will be. All right, let's see what comes up, shall we? You're deciding whether to dive in deeper into a fun part of your life, possibly falling on your face, or just not even go there, pull back, play it safe. I mean, isn't part of the fun falling on your face? Maybe not. It's like the emotional break. I'm not sure if we're ready for that challenge yet. Okay. I'm gonna relax. What do you think the message is going to be? What do you think the spirit realm is going to have to say about this? Here we go. What should Maureen do? Go for it. Maybe screw it up, fall on her face, or just take it easy. Just play it safe. And maybe you need more time, you know? Maybe it's not yet time. Sounds like you need support to kind of feel out where you're at. All right. The first thing I'm shown, there is a human being. I just see like the neck and the head, and there's birds. There's yellow and red and blue, and they're the primary colors, and they're just like flapping their bodies around your head. They're made out of wood, so they're not soft. They also seem to be more toy-like than real life. And the face is going from human, because it doesn't identify itself as really anything. It's just kind of a face shape, into very much so an older man, okay? And we're talking grandpa age here. I see age spots. I see the thinning hair. I see white with gray. And as the face becomes clearer and I see this old man, I see the birds are disappearing. You see the old man is in a wheelchair. You know who he reminds me of? The grandpa in South Park. And he's in a wheelchair. He's got a gambling problem, and he never gets is it Stan? He never gets Stan's name right. He calls him some other name, and he's got like memory loss issues. He looks just like this old grandpa, okay? So he's a little cranky, he's a little memory loss, may have some bad habits, may have some words of wisdom still to share. It's getting more, the feeling is changing, and I can't really describe it. I feel fluttery, like not toy birds that are made out of wood, but more like something fluttery in my stomach. Not quite like even butterflies, but because I feel a panic about it, and the panic looks like cotton balls that are kind of pulled apart, and they just become this fluff. And it's all fluffy and uncomfortable. I see ketchup. All the ketchup is squeezed out of what is the packet. So it's like the jelly's out of the tube, but it's like the ketchup's out of the packet. And the fluff is starting to develop even more, and I feel panicky. It's hard to breathe in this. I feel like I'm not breathing air. I'm breathing in some sort of density. So it's hard to feel like I'm oxygenated and relaxed. I feel like I'm breathing in density, so I'm not getting enough oxygen. I need to breathe more. I see an axe, really sharp, cuts the wood well. See a stump, and then I see the axe come down and it cuts a piece of wood into two pieces. And it chops it just perfectly. The first chop just goes right through it. And I experience this chopping of the wood is quite therapeutic. It's just this repetitious routine, and I just pull the axe back and I slam it down. It's like, wow, good job, good job, good job, every single time. And perfect. I mean, I'm really good at this. Is it the axe that is good at this? Is it my aim? Is it me? Maybe it's all of these things, but I'm nailing it every single time. It's like, bam, 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 like, man, I am number one. I am number one. Oh my God, I am never screwing this up. I am so good at this. I never screw up. I could do this all day because I'm so good at this. It's almost baffling. It's like if you're on a roll and you're really good and you don't screw it up, you don't want to stop because it's baffling to be this good at something. That you just don't screw it up. Like, how can I be this good at chopping wood? I should be part of some sort of Olympic wood chopping thing. I would win. I could chop wood for days and never miss. And never, like, the axe is going to go straight through every single time. Perfect. It's incredible. And I love this feeling. Oh, it feels so good to be this good. It's true though. There's no ego about it. It's not like, yeah, I really am this good. It's like, I'm getting it. I'm just getting it. And I'm not trying to shove it down anyone's throat. I'm a miracle. I'm a miracle. And it's like baffling because in life, you're never going to be this good at something. It's like impossible. You will screw up eventually. It's like somebody who shoots a basket and they get it in again and again and again and again. They do it like hundreds of times. Eventually they will miss. Eventually they will miss. Like, even if you're really good, there's an inevitable moment where it isn't going to work out for you, you know? Feels great though to be this good. Feels like I want to stay here. Like I always want to be this good. Now this I can breathe in. I can breathe in this because I have something to show for myself. I have something I can do. I have something to be proud of and I'm good at it. And it's therapeutic. I mean, this chopping is a therapeutic experience. Like, it's just a routine and a rhythm about it. It's the same over and over again. And I'm good at it. It's like, you know what this kind of echoes back at me? Just thoughts. But if you want to clean, anybody can be really good at it, like especially if you care. So if you really care about it being like really clean, you can't screw this up. You just have to care and you have to give it the right time. And you'll be awesome at it every single time. And then when you're done cleaning and you're like, dang, I freaking nailed it again. It's something that is a routine, it's a rhythm, and you could be awesome at it, and you don't have to have any like special skills. You just need to have the patience and the desire, you know? And you just go for it. Like, you do it, you know? So I see this wood chopping almost seems like you would need a special kind of skill to make it perfect. But then I think of what is something else that you could do perfectly that you wouldn't need any real skill to do it, but you could be awesome at it. And I think of cleaning. And these are rhythms, they're routines, they give you a good sense of self, they give you peace of mind. They give you comfort, they give you pride in yourself, they give you a nice experience, they give you the gift of what you just did with your time and your energy. And I actually feel the vibration of fun here, okay? It's fun to chop this wood perfectly every time because I'm perfect at it. And I don't know why, because I'm not minding this cleaning conversation. Like it's actually exciting. Like I'm seeing the progress here. I'm getting it done. I feel proud of myself. I don't feel anything about falling flat on my face. I feel like people have got to see what I can do here. I'm really good at this. I don't feel I'm falling flat on my face. I can't. I can't. I can't screw this up. I'm a natural at the wood chopping and I'm good at cleaning. I think anybody can be if they want to be. And I'm awesome. I can't even get back to the discomfort of the cotton ball that's pulled apart and it's making me feel like I can't breathe. I'm working on getting my way into something of discomfort. But my guides say, nope, we're just going to keep seeing what comes next. We know everything we've heard thus far, and now we're going to learn something new, okay? Oh, I see. There's a wall here. We don't want to see that wall, and we don't want to see the door that works through the wall. How nice to have a door in your own wall. Like, how many energy blocks are there, and how many energy blocks just have a simple door you can open it up and move right on through? Done with that. I removed the wall from my life. I'm exposing myself to this experience. It was so easy, you know? So we have this wall and there's a door in it and it's very easy. I can just open the door, walk through the wall. And this wall separates us from awesome wood chopping and awesome cleaning into, I don't know what's on the other side. The wall itself is really cool looking. I mean, it looks maybe like a makeshift, I don't know, it looks barn-like, but it's got a really nice glaze on it. I mean, it's like a dark brown wood. It's really clean. It's really long. It's got some pieces that are almost like V-like shape holding up these other pieces. I don't know. It's got like this barn effect to it. There's a nice door in it. Really heavy, like black hinges. Thick. They kind of are like, I don't know, arms that hold onto the door. Black metal. It's really classy, sleek looking, interesting design. Even this, I like this too. Is this the comforts of your own home? Is this like that vibe of the comforts of your own home and what you feel good about or what you're good at or what makes you feel like you're in the flow? Because we're going to go, I'm starting to see on the other side of this door, I just open it a little bit and it's extremely cold over there. It's more like a shed that hasn't been used in a while. It's got a lot of cobwebs. I see sharp, maybe not sharp, rusty. Is it dull? There seems to be maybe landscaping tools in this shed, and they're old. I feel like they would still cut me, though, if I wasn't careful. But there's rust, so I'll probably get like a tetanus or something. Don't want to touch these nails. Don't want to walk here without my shoes on. And this is going to be the difference. I mean, we're going to move from something of a success into something that needs some work here. Oh. It's like having a lifestyles of the rich and famous suddenly becomes I'm living in a one-room house in a dodgy neighborhood. It's like night and day. It's like yes and no. It's like obvious yes and obvious no. But not really. Because you could say lifestyles of the rich and famous would be an obvious yes. You would have that freedom. You'd have this like carefree, super awesome life where you have everything. And then the obvious no is a one-room shed of a house. It's down some dodgy alleyway. Like we're going to judge things based on I would prefer this, I would not prefer that. But none of it is really like life isn't about it. That's not necessarily a yes or a no because we can't actually we can't integrate that type of thinking into life, okay? Life isn't, I want everything to go right. I want to be the perfect, I want to cut the wood right every time. I want to do everything perfectly every single time. I want to win the game every time. I don't even want to die once in this game. Like I'm just thinking of a video game and it's like, I'm buying my way in. I'm buying to win. Like I'm gonna be 110% character wise. I'm gonna defeat everything without any issues. I'm gonna be able to beat this game in 2 hours versus 2 months. It's like, how do we want to live life? Where everything comes easy, or where we just live life? And life is going to have its conflicts. Like inevitably it will. If you are living your life to avoid every single conflict, and maybe you yourself are the conflict. Like, what if part of your resistance is that somewhere inside of you, you decided that you yourself were the conflicts, that you couldn't accept the conflict of yourself? It's like life is going to be okay, And I experience you, but you look like a cold, ghostly like figure. You're purple in color. You have a razor blade that's sticking out your palm. And so you touch my hand that's started to open this door in the wall, and it kind of cuts into my hand, and you silently shake your head. No, because you don't want to leave this and then enter into that with the shed and the rusty tools. But you're okay though, It's not about the perfect life, the not perfect life. And I'm choosing the perfect life. It doesn't actually is a fantasy concept, actually. It's a fantasy concept. I'm going to go to the part of you that chose to go through the door, okay? We're going to see what she's like. I'm so excited. All right, let's see. She says this is going to take some time. It's going to take some time. I'm just reflecting on your goals, because you say that to do something fun, but maybe fall on your face. Which is like a wake-up call. You are going to have to face yourself in a way that may be embarrassing or shameful, or I screwed it up and I screwed literally everything up and I can't go back the way I came, and I have to live with this decision making that was stupid, but I thought it was supposed to be fun. I definitely feel strongly there's going to be a lot more of an adventure when you go through the door and the wall. Even if it leads you to the shed with the rusty stuff. Because I see you sitting out, there's the stump. It's almost like a duplicate of where we were. And it's got a duplicate like the other side of the mirror. But on this side of the mirror, it's sort of cold and it's unsuccessful and it's a letdown, and the wood does not chop right, and the cleaning is overwhelming. It doesn't clean right, or I can't clean it or something. Everything seems to be backward, and it's warm here, it's cold there. It's good here, it's not good there. Everything comes easy, nothing comes easy. It's like this. And I tell this you on the stump, who's not chopping any wood, you have an axe that's rusty and old, and I say, who cares? Like, if it takes time, I mean, that's actually part of the ingredients of this experience is time. Like, why is time such a bad thing? Like, we want to instantaneously be 100%. We don't want to start over again. Work our way back to the top. I don't want to end up with lack or end up with this doesn't work out and now I'm starting all over again. I make that other side disappear as though it never existed. So we're going to live in the reality that this is the only reality that you have, is this one. So how do you make the most of what you have? Not based on what you had, now you've lost it, and now you're comparing this with that. But let's just say you never had that. Let's say all we've known is this cold, not perfect world. And we're going to start by creating some finesse here. Let's start from, let's call it rock bottom. Because once you reach rock bottom, the only way to go is up from here. Like, we've reached the bottom. Now things can only get better. Even that doesn't quite work in a way. Because it's another one of those statements that actually makes a lot of sense. But it's one of the fantasy statements again, because it doesn't matter what idea of what direction we're going to go in. We're going in the direction of something better. It's almost like avoiding the gift of right now, and what we have right now is what our soul has been starving for, choosing to embrace things just the way they are. If we take out calling this cold place with the rusty tools in the shed rock bottom, then maybe we aren't appreciating it for all the gifts that it is offering. Ask you what the gifts are that this space is offering. You say me, like yourself. You're the gift of this space. I say, oh, cool. Okay. Okay, so you're the gift. So what do you do now? Like, what's the point of this moment? You're the gift in this moment. So now what? You say nothing. Now nothing. Okay. You're the gift. And now nothing. And I see that beneath those words, you just cry. Because there's something real going on here emotionally. And you're kind of create an energy kind of plateau where you can't go through that layer. Like, it's not a semi-permeable membrane. It's like, don't want to go through that layer there and then go to the real emotional thing happening beneath the surface of all of this. Because there's a real root beneath the surface of this, even this request of yours, and beneath the surface of what they're guiding me through is helping us to find you in all of this. And who are you in all of this, and what's beneath the surface of this choice, and what is going on. Sometimes we make decision A, and decision A is inspired by silent layers of other things that we aren't really able to see it or acknowledge it, or we kind of know it's there, but we're kind of avoiding knowing it was there. Like, I just feel like we're reaching something maybe you weren't realizing as part of this decision. So you're on the stump, you're the gift, nothing comes next, and now you're crying on this stump in this space that's cold with the shed and all that. This place is also you. This is you aren't perfect. You're not complete. You're not complete. So you actually wanting to go on this adventure, it's the part of you that is incomplete that is wanting this. But maybe it's the logical side that is saying, well, this is, for the best or for the worst or something. The logical side is analyzing whether this is a good idea or not. But the part of you that is incomplete is the one that is pushing for this movement. And that's an emotional version of yourself. It's like the subconscious collective. That is a part of you that's trying to achieve something in this life. And it's going to require a challenge. And it's like you could say it needs this. It needs this in order to find a completion, a wholeness in and of itself, which means at the surface you could say that to achieve a wholeness of yourself, you would need to go the route of something that the logical side would say not the best choice. But if you make that choice, you will find a wholeness with yourself. Might not be the easy choice either. Could be fun, but could be challenging, and the challenge could make you think about the past and who are you becoming now and all this stuff, but you're actually becoming more whole. And I say you seem more confident to me because you're the one that chose to be here in this circumstance. The part of you that didn't want to leave actually was fearful and insecure. And all of this perfection was insecure. You're a lot more animated and more human. I'm still looking for the fun, though. I really want to see what the fun of this is. And my guides say that this message, you get to interpret this message, and it's worthy of reflecting, okay? Not necessarily saying it's supposed to be identical to your idea of fun here. This is what is going to help you explore and find your decision, okay? I tell her it would be quite wise of you to not just sit on that stump there and not say you are the gift and then nothing comes next. To go to that shed, and does the shed have a role for you? Do these rusty tools have any role for you? Is this the right place? Maybe we need to be thinking way outside the box here. Maybe this isn't the right environment that you found yourself in. Maybe you're in this environment simply to have this moment and then find yourself in a new environment. Why don't we explore a little bit? Too much internalizing. Too much of the feelings part of the adventure here is preventing you from standing and going and just going to the shed. I would like to see what your expression is about the shed. The door is in there, and that door makes you vulnerable. Because the door is the door to your past. And you are working on creating like a separation from that place, even almost like we need to start with some new material. And I say, well, I think we need to go and actually look at the door and know that it's safe to say that we are complete with that past. Because if the past makes you vulnerable, it's because you're still holding on to something of the past. You just start to cry again. I say, follow me and you can cry. You don't have to put yourself together to look at this door. And you have like a sister self on the other side, and when you look at the door inside the shed with all the rusty tools and stuff, you see this pretty wooden door, and you know what's on the other side is another part of yourself, and in a way you hate her. That's what you emanate. I hate her. I hate her. I say, well, what does she have? She's in the past. Why do you hate yourself from the past? You're thinking. You instantly go to the door and you open it, and I see it's all cemented. And it startles you and scares you a bit. You actually fall backward, like it wasn't supposed to be closed. And in a weird way, you say she closed it so she wouldn't have, I would never be able to get back. Hey boy, this is starting to get complicated here. There's some sort of inner collective self relationship here. All right, we're going to slow down. I say, are you proud of her for closing that door? Are you proud of yourself for seeing that it is closed? Are you proud of her for who and what she is, or what she was, however you want to define time? Are you proud of yourself for once being a part of that world that she was a part of? You were both working together as one. You're the part of her that she couldn't be in order to enter into a new experience that would be difficult. She had to stay behind. That you move forward because you were strong. And she could only aspire to be as strong as you. Again, another layer of clarity and seeing things in this way. You send love and light to her, and you tell her that she was always worthy. She was always worthy of new experiences. And she's worthy of being on this journey with you. And maybe you were angry because she wouldn't come. That you would have to separate a little bit from yourself in order to take this step. And you might hold yourself back. To take this step, you will catch up with yourself in time. And she will come back to you. Shed starts to change, and it actually is an angelic being. And there is a bit of a lesson and a test involved with this. Because what we think we see isn't always what is there. The challenge, it could actually be an angel in disguise. And I see that this angel surprises you as like literally the shed and everything. It all becomes the body of an angel. And you stumbled back and you're kind of sitting on the ground looking up at this angel. And the angel sends you waves of information. And you don't know what to make of this. You don't even know if you're worthy of this. And you're a bit stumbly because you don't know what to do. But the angel says nothing, just sends waves of information. And I send an information to you too to say, just stand up and own this, whether you feel 100% confident or not. Say, I am ready to receive this, and I'm ready to find out what this is. Don't hold yourself back, because it's going to be easy to hold yourself back. It's going to be easy to dwell on things that aren't working. It's going to be easy to dwell on the past. It's going to be easy to look back and say that was good and this isn't good, or to long for something that was once familiar is now changed. You are changing. To feel like you lost a part of yourself, you will regain it in time, but all of this is part of this adventure and growing. Maybe you do fall flat on your face. Maybe going the direction of fun is going to guide you to falling flat on your face. And is that so bad? I see that it's going to reveal some unsuspecting and exciting things. And remain confident and strong in yourself and what you are capable of. Find the courageous you and be that you to make the decisions that maybe the logical side would hold you back. And you start to cry. You've been standing kind of blinking your eyes at this angel because you've been receiving so much information, and everything starts to change and it starts to feel warmer for the first time. And you start to notice you're at least 6 feet above the ground, and the ground doesn't even look like earth ground with a stump anymore. You were stumped. You were like sitting on a stump. Maybe you were like stumped, Anyway, see all that disappear, and the angel is sort of like circulating you up, like 6 feet above where we were standing on the ground. And everything's white and swirling everywhere. The angel says that it's like the doorway will make sense, but to move through the doorway will create maybe experiences that won't make sense. But the nonsensical is part of the timeline, is part of the growth factor, is part of the adventure. Don't force it to make sense. Don't force it to be logical. Enjoy when it isn't logical at all, because you'll know you're on the right path when it isn't adding up all the time, and when you aren't necessarily adding up on the path either. You ask the angel if you are safe. The angel says, if I say yes, would you believe me? You don't know how to respond to that, but it sounds like a reasonable response. All right. What is it about? I'm kind of looking at everything we've seen thus far, and I want to make sure that I go back to the beginning with the old man and the birds and the cotton ball, and I asked the angel about these images in the beginning. What is the meaning of them? What is the whole meaning here? Is there a summary that Maureen can receive to really reflect? Angel asked me to be the old man for a moment. As the old man, I'm like classic old man. When I was a boy, when I was much younger than you, I ... And I did this and I did that and I had this experience and I had that experience, and I'm telling stories upon stories upon stories upon stories about my life, the life that I lived, the life that wound me up in the wheelchair, and memory might not be the greatest, might have developed a gambling problem, but I still have words of wisdom and I still have value. I had a valuable life with valuable experiences, and I'm adding value to the lives of others by sharing what I've witnessed, what I went through. I see the old man represents this. Represents life, age, imperfections, and what's beautiful about a human being in time. What about the birds? So to become the birds, it's a wake-up call. They're like, bonking, like, wake up in there, wake up, flapping wings. I don't like it, stop, not going away, wake up. And the wake-up call, when you choose to hear the call, and it's presenting a path to you, and the path that could be outside the box can peel apart the cotton ball and make you feel uncomfortable inside. And we reflect on what works super well and what we're in the rhythm of, and why would I ever want to leave that? Why would I want to switch up my game when everything's right in my world? Only a lunatic would leave such a perfect place. Now I must be the lunatic who left, and look at this misery. Not really that miserable. There's a lot of surprises, and it's the discovery of yourself, and it's like the actions that help you to find wholeness within. those parts that are guiding you to find the next level of your own identity. And this angel is very, like, is there. Like, guardian angel level is there. There's a solidity to it. There is a I watch you while you sleep about it. Not creepy at all. It's actually very loving and supportive. And you can't fall because the angel always has got you. May feel like it, but you never did fall. That's just you having a discovery. Anything else? Guides want me to move all of this conversation into one whole energy. And that energy is, the words that come to me is, wow, I respect you so much. Wow, I am really grateful for the choices that you made and how you challenge yourself in this life. Wow, what a courageous person. What an interesting person. Wow, I really like your life stories. And I experience this well-rounded sound that comes from this energy message, and then I place it within your heart. And I allow you to feel at peace with whatever energy emanates from it and how you want to feel impacted and inspired to make a move or be patient. I mean, it's entirely up to you how you want to follow your heart in this life. Thank you so much for this, Maureen. Thank you very much. I'm wishing you well with those next steps. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day.